How you doing, guys? This is the long-awaited video of the Phone Devil screen protectors. I haven't used these yet, solely for the reason that I wanted to, on video, show how easy it was to apply these screen protectors, because obviously it says that they're easy to apply, but without knowing it, and obviously I could do it myself and say yes, they're easy to apply, but I want to show it on video, just so everybody can kind of get a feel of what it would be like if you bought them and had to apply it yourself, rather than getting somebody else to do it. So there are three types of screen protectors that they do at the minute. The privacy edition, which is kind of, you tilt the screen and it goes black at certain angles, so people behind you or in front of you can't see what you're writing or what you're doing. There's the regular clear edition, which is just basically scratch protection, and there is the mirror edition, which is kind of I see it as essentially for ladies or very vain men who basically just want to see the reflection in the mirror. But kind of, you can see it when the screen's turned off, you can see it as a mirror, and then when the screen's turned on you can see directly through it, so it doesn't kind of inhibit what you're doing with your iPhone. So first off, I'll do the clear screen protector, which is this one. Move these to the side. What you get in a little pack is the actual screen protector itself, which is covered in plastic first of all, screen cleaner, and I'll just get out of that little application tab so you can kind of squeeze it onto the screen. So as you can see there, clear, nothing to it. I've already cleaned my screen in advance, but if you need to clean it anymore, you get the cloth to do so, which is pretty useful. So what does it say here? Remove me. I'm going to peel this back. So obviously this is the protective layer. Take this back. Right. So this way around. This is a very, very thin protector actually, and it goes on reasonably easily. There we go. Right, and obviously you see the bubbles there, but you also, oh, can you see the bubbles? Yeah, but you see the bubbles actually fade out themselves, which is actually pretty handy. So let's take this tab off. I think I'm a bit of a kerfuffle right now. Wait a minute, I don't think this is it, you know. I think it might. You see, that was an amateur mistake, right? Okay, so here's the actual protector. That should be a blooper, but I'm going to leave it in there. Right, so what I'm going to do is carefully position it. It's still very thin. Oh, take it off. I'm going to do from side to side here. So that, in case you didn't notice, was me actually applying one of the safety covers on there, which is why the tab wouldn't initially come off. So there's two tabs that you remove, and both of them cover both sides of the screen protector to actually protect the screen itself. So let's just use this here. So say for example you have a bubble in the corner, quickly push it out, push all these out. I think you have to apply a little bit of pressure, but they're all coming out very, very easily. And I've got to say, in terms of ease of use of putting it on, obviously if you don't make the initial mistake of trying to apply the wrong screen protector, as you can see there, there's one more left there, it is very easy, and it doesn't feel any different. It's got slightly more grip to it, but as you can see there, barely any bubbles. I mean, that was after kind of a minute of swiping. You can see there's a bubble there at the top. No more gloss than you'd normally have on an iPhone, and you can't really tell that it's there. Very thin screen. If you look to the corners, you can't even tell that it's there either. So obviously it doesn't come off the screen very far. I think it's probably kind of like 0.5 millimeter or so. Not too bad actually. I mean, I've always been against using screen protectors because the ones I've seen are really kind of in your face and you can tell that they're there and they're horrible and mucky. But this doesn't actually look too bad, so I'm fairly impressed off the bat. So I'll take this off. And I think in theory it should be very easy to take off as well and reapply, which it is. Piece of cake, no struggle there. And what I'll do is I'll put it back on to one of these. There we go. Right. So next, what we're going to do is show you the privacy edition. I mean, the privacy and the mirror edition, I think, are the ones that this way are the ones that stand out most for Phone Devil, because they're kind of, rather than being a general screen protector, they're special in the characteristics that they have. So let's do the privacy first. Move that to the side, and again, you get the screen wipe and the little tab to actually apply the screen. And as you can see with this one, slightly different. If you tilt it, you can see there that behind you can't see much. You see that? So if you tilt your screen, people to the side can't essentially see what you're writing, which is very, very useful if you're writing something that you don't want anyone else to see. Right, so let's do this right this time. So we remove one tab, nice and carefully, and then we remove the other tab, unlike before. So there we have the actual screen itself, well, screen protector itself, and then it's this side, so it's a sticky side. Carefully. This one's probably about 1 millimetre thick, slightly thicker because of the way it's designed to actually block out light at certain angles. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to try and get this as precise as possible. There we go. Nice and simple. And then same again. Just get this little pad, rub it in. This one's slightly more difficult to get the bubbles out because it's a thicker material, but obviously if you stand there, well, sit there for a couple of minutes, and with a little bit of determination, you can get all these bubbles out. But I'm not going to waste too much time on a video. But as you can see again, this is kind of almost a matte feel to it, which is nice, and it's a dry feel compared to the regular iPhone screen. But if you see the screen at the minute, if I tilt it to the side, you can't see anything. Obviously it's on. Tilt it to that side, you can't see anything again. So if there's somebody kind of looking at what you're typing as a text message or what you're typing as an email, people can't see above or below you. So basically you have to see directly in front of the screen, so in your face, to actually be able to see it, as opposed to if you're looking at it on the sides, it's basically a screen that's turned off, which is a very handy feature, especially business phones and people using their iPhones for business. So that's that one done. And I think this is probably one of my favourite in terms of the actual functionality it provides, because I wouldn't use the mirror one too much, but we'll give it a shot. I'm just going to take this one off. Sorry about the cold. Right, this one comes off nice and easy as well. Just peels off, nothing to it, and then if you reapply it to, I mean, either a piece of plastic or the actual initial protectors itself, you can just reapply it again. So I'm going to stick it onto there, nice and easy. Put this to the side, all this stuff to the side, and then we have the last one. Last but not least, the mirror edition, which is, as the name suggests, a mirror, funnily enough. So if you can see there, very reflective. So you can see your face actually exactly as a mirror would. Again, wipe and little tab to press the screen down. I'm just going to wipe it off after the last one, very quickly. There we go. And then remove the first tab, very pristine, and then remove the second tab. This one's a little stickier than the last one, just to make sure. Yep, this one's a sticky side. And then again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it from the sides, because I can kind of latch on to the edges of the iPhone. And then just steadily apply it. This one, as you'd expect a mirror to be, is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, I can tell straight away. Wow. I may actually keep this one on, because you can see there, the bubbles pretty much disappeared instantly. But one of the amazing things is, I mean, I didn't expect this myself, is, I mean, obviously the name says mirror edition, but this is really a flat mirror that you can really look at yourself in, and you can basically see the camera there. It's a complete mirror, but as soon as you turn the screen on, boom, there's the screen for you. So you can tell basically it's a mirror, but you actually can't tell that the mirror is there once the screen's turned on, which is really a bit of a weird sensation. So full reflection, and you can see the screen there, which is pretty insane actually. And this one also, you can't notice the bubbles as much, so it doesn't take that much. I'll take this off. So it doesn't take, oh, I'm getting stuck to everything. It doesn't take that much work to get them off actually. And in fact, I might leave this screen cover on, as long as it doesn't start feeling too weird, because it doesn't look too bad actually, because it's silver around the front and white around the back, so it looks pretty cool. So I'm actually going to leave this one on, and it's a very thin screen as well, so you don't notice it either. That was the quick overview of each of the 3 screens. So as I said, we've got the Privacy Edition, which I like, the Mirror Edition, which I really like, as is apparent, and also the Regular Edition, which is obviously very useful if you're a bit accident prone and drop a lot of things. So those were the Phone Devil screens. You can find a link in the sidebar to actually grab yourself one. They're not very expensive. I think they're kind of £6 to £7 per screen. I think it varies between the different types of screens, obviously. And if you stick around on technobuffalo.com, I know for a fact that they'll in a couple of weeks be giving away a big handful of these screen protectors. So if you keep an eye on John's channel and obviously technobuffalo.com, you'll be able to see that as well. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.